no time to waste, no time to waste, no time to waste, no. There's no time to waste, no time to waste, no time to waste. So you better do the damn thing right. You only got one life. You better do the damn thing right.
Welcome, guys, back to the ShoeBenderPod podcast. I'm so glad to have you guys back. Today, we're going to give a recap of what happened in Game 3 in the NBA Finals. If you're a Celtics fan, you're really happy. If you're a Warriors fan, you're probably still not worried just because literally, it's the last two games have been blowouts. The Warriors one was like a major blowout. They won by like 30. So there's really no point of recapping that game, even though Jordan Poole showed out in that game. But that's basically the only like big news that came out of that one. And of course, Draymond not getting the technicals when literally everybody that has two sets of eyes feels like they should have. And it didn't look any better that the refs literally said, oh, well, basing on the time of when it happened and that it's the NBA Finals and basically that it's Draymond, that it's okay for him to do that shit. They basically said that, which is, like, as a fan, especially if you're a Celtics fan, you should be hella pissed. They definitely let it be. They definitely made their voice heard tonight in tonight's game, especially when Draymond fouled out with their little chant that they were saying. I'll let you guys look that up. I'm pretty sure you can find that on Twitter, on Instagram, anytime soon when someone uploads it. ESPN, they really try to like muffle it, but once you heard it before they muffled it, you know exactly what they're chanting. And even in today's game when he fouled out, I don't get how this guy keeps on getting away with not getting technicals, man. If there was someone that out of all the refs that I felt like would have given that he would have teed him up today, was Scott Foster. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And in the play that happened that he fouled out on and was kept drawn to the refs was it was a play late in the game in the fourth quarter. There was a loose ball and everybody was diving for it. It's the finals. People are literally diving into the towards that ball, and Steph Curry went to go dive into the pack. And when it first happened, you thought that obviously it was something really bad. But after you seen the replay, it's like, oh, that ain't shit. He's just acting. He's just being a great actor. And, those acting skills are paying off, especially with him being in all them damn commercials. So, Marcus Smart ended up, coming up with the ball. And as he was going to pass it, Draymond fouled him. That was his last foul. He fouled out. That was his sixth foul. Next thing you know, he's just jawing for like the next 3 minutes with the ref, even when he's on the bench. Like, this dude ain't even in the freaking game no more. He's on the bench jawing to the refs. Doesn't get a technical, man. The whole night, all the Boston fans would literally, anytime Draymond would get a foul called on him or something, all of them were throwing up the T, and it was actually kind of funny. You could tell they were having a great time with it. But just like in the previous game in Game 2, the Celtics came out hot. But the Warriors were able to kind of, counterbalance. They were up by like almost 20 at one point. Almost, I say almost, because I think the first I was like 15 or 14. Because Clay was really keeping them in the game in the second quarter. He erupted, and then it was Curry's turn, and then he started getting hot, hitting a bunch of shots. And at one point, he converted a 4-point play. It was actually a 5-point play because Al Horford didn't give enough time for him to a space to land. Thanks to Zaza's dumbass what he did with Kawhi. So he got the and one right there because he got a foul. He got a foul on him at a 3-point shot, and then they called it a flagrant foul because Al Horford didn't give him any space to land. So it pretty much turned into a 5-point play, which really helped them really get into the game and actually, I think, take the lead. And And speaking of that, man, I mean, while we're on that subject, it's getting really annoying watching him and Jordan Poole. Anytime these guys shoot a three, they fall to the ground. They fall to the ground. It's like, bro, quit trying to bait the refs, man. It's really annoying seeing you shoot up a three and fall to the ground. Shoot up a three, fall to the ground. Like, first of all, Jordan Poole, you shouldn't even be trying that shit because you ain't that guy. Steph Curry could get away with it because it's Curry. But you need to chill out on that shit, man. Like, you really need to just work on your game because, I mean, you're literally like this. You know what I'm saying? But just like also in the second game, it came down to the third quarter as well, in which team was making everything. Unfortunately for Golden State Warriors, it was the Celtics that were making everything. I mean, Tatum, he had a lot of success attacking the rim. He didn't have too much success shooting. His shot has just been all over the place. I think it's crazy how people just like hype him up off one good game. I mean, we could literally, if you've been watching this playoffs the whole time and watching the Celtics play, you could literally say that he's only honestly had like 4 good games out of all these games that have been going on. But he gets the praise every time for some odd reason. And the one that should be getting the praise right now is Jaylen Brown. If the Celtics win the finals, Jaylen Brown's going to win finals MVP, man. This guy is a competitor, and he has been playing his ass off, dude. If Robert Woods were to score more, Robert Woods, when we were talking football and USC, if Robert Williams was able to score more points, he probably would have a good chance of that finals MVP, man, because he had another game that he had 4 blocks. I'm pretty sure he's averaging 4 blocks in the finals, man, which is crazy because like he's not like a dominant center, because when you think of dominant center, you think like Shaq, Wilt, Kareem, stuff like that, Bill Russell. But he doesn't need a score to affect the game. Like, he's been doing his thing defensively. He's been doing all the hard work, the dirty work. Him and Marcus Smart. But definitely Jaylen Brown. I mean, he's definitely in the front runner. Should be the front runner for Finals MVP. Like I said, Tatum, like I said, he had a success, but it was only when he was honestly just driving to the rim. I've said it before. I think he's probably one of the best posterizers ever in the NBA. I mean, he's already got a poster over LeBron, KD, and Giannis. He's there, man, and he's honestly, the Warriors aren't that big of a team. I don't see why he's not trying to slam it on there. I'm pretty sure he slammed it on Draymond already too. So I don't see why he doesn't attack the rim more. I mean, Jaylen Brown, that's where he's been having the most success, is driving to the rack, and that opens everything else up in his game, the mid game, the 3-pointer. But the Celtics are just, they're just a well-rounded team. And because of that, because Tatum hasn't been hitting these shots, you have these other guys stepping up for him, mainly Jaylen Brown and Robert Williams. But this series is so hard to predict because, like I said, the last 2 games were blowouts. And then in the first game, the Celtics won because they just went on a run in the fourth quarter. So there really hasn't been like a really, really tough 1-point game at the end of the game or 2-point game. It hasn't been like that, man. And who knows? It might, like I predicted it would go 7. So who knows? We might not get that game till game 7 from what it looks like. Seems like they're just taking turns, taking haymakers on each other. But that's where home court advantage is going to come through big time. Because if you've ever played any of these 2 teams and you're rooting against them, you know how tough it is to win at their home with their fans there, and especially with the refs being on their side. You could say whatever you want, but I mean the refs pretty much said they were on Golden State side in game 2 without saying it. So we'll see what happens in this series. They still got to go into 7. They play again in 2 days on Friday. The Warriors can't go. They can't lose this game, man. This is do or die right here because, I mean, I don't feel like you could. I don't think they have the right person on their team to come back down 3-1. There's only one person that could do that, and we know who it is, homie. Only one, dog. Only one. You could obviously throw Kyrie in there too, because he did his thing too. He busted that ass. Pause. But yeah, that's basically the recap that kind of went down in Game 3. It was a lot of back and forth. Everybody had their runs. Like I said, Clay had his run. Steph had his run. Tatum kind of had a run. Jaylen Brown definitely stepped up huge again. Jaylen Brown. I don't know if I said that the first time. My bad. But yeah, that's basically what's going down in the NBA world. In the NFL world, there wasn't really too much news besides the fact that you had Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp get re-signed. Cooper Kupp got re-signed for like 120 mil. I believe like 80 of that's like guaranteed or some shit. Here, let me look that up for you guys. I don't know. Wait. Oh, come on, NFL. Why you being like that right now, man? Right here, it just says 3-year extension worth up to 80 mil. And then you had Aaron Donald, who got re-signed for 2 years for 60 mil, which makes him the highest paid non-quarterback. And honestly, I could tell you that playing this guy 2 years for 9 years, 2 years out of the year, I mean, he's worth everything and more, man. Everything and more. It don't matter who you have on him. He's going to destroy your game plan. He's going to destroy your offensive line. And he's going to get to your quarterback and rush passes, man. That's just what Aaron Donald does, man. He's just so great at it. He really is. Let me see here. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything like that, but yeah, like I said, he got it right from at least from what I'm reading here. It's only a 3-year, $80 million contract, but it's huge, man. Like, that's huge. This kid, he played at Eastern Washington, man. I believe he's from Yakima, Washington, and now he's an $80 million man, and probably the best wide receiver in the NFL next to Devontae Adams. He's just that good. He really is. Like, he's constantly getting open, constantly helping his quarterback. I mean, he's that guy. And obviously he probably gets going against Jalen Ramsey at practice every day doesn't, only helps you get better. So the Rams obviously locked up two their best players, honestly, in Donald on the defensive side, and then Kupp on the offensive side. And that's basically all that's been going on in the sports world. I am going to take, just like a little break from the podcast just for this weekend, just because I have one of my really good brothers coming down into town, and I want to spend a lot of time with him and, the festivities that we're going to have over the weekend. And I have another brother that's he has a great celebration in life in his graduation from college. And, that's going to be lots of fun. We're going to have a great time. So I probably won't drop another podcast till probably like Monday or Tuesday. But I'm just giving you guys a heads up because I'm really going to enjoy this weekend. I'm really going to be in the present. I'm going to be in the moment. And it's going to be a great time. And I can't say enough. I love every single one of you guys. Thank you for your guys' support. It really does mean a lot to me. It makes this even much more funner than what it already is. And we're going to keep on being great. We're going to keep on showing out. We're going to keep on getting up every day. That's our duty. That's our duty, to put the positivity and spread the love to all our families, to break that cycle of negativity if you have it, and be that beacon of light, be that beacon of hope, and show them that it is possible, that it is fun on this side, and that you could join it, man. It doesn't cost anything to join, to be part of APV, all positive vibes, It doesn't cost anything. It's free. And so with that being said, like I said, I love all you guys. Thank you, every single one of you. And I'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah, there's no time to waste, no time to waste, no time to waste, no. There's no time to waste, no time to waste, no time to waste. So you better do the damn thing right. You only got one